Chapter 2 Whispers in the Roots. The sun had shifted by the time Eldan left Melly's stall, hanging lower through the branches like a tired lantern. The forest paths glowed amber, yet the warmth felt dimmer than usual, as if light itself was unsure. He took the long way home, through the trading walkway where artisans hung trinkets from vines. The air was full of smells: pine resin, honey glaze, damp earth. It should have been comforting. Instead, it made his stomach twist. The chatter in the market sounded strained. Every conversation circled back to the same thing. The mills are slower. The bees won't hum. The mushrooms aren't glowing tonight. Eldan paused near the river, where usually a stream of spring water run fast towards the mill. Today, it dripped sluggishly, forming a small, stagnant pool that reflected the trees like a dull mirror. He crouched, touched the surface. It was cold, not refreshing, dead cold, like stone. A vibration tremored up his arm, faint, rhythmic. He froze. It wasn't water. It was something beneath it. A whisper slipped through the pulse, a voice threading through his chest. Peace, stillness, sleep. He jerked his paw back. The sound vanished, replaced by a hollow quiet. He looked around. No one else reacted. Only him. Right, he muttered. Clearly not enough breakfast. But his fur stood on end. He hurried across the bridge toward the deeper woods. The path wound through roots like tunnels, sunlight breaking in thin lines. The deeper he went, the louder the silence grew, thick enough to muffle even his breathing. The forest is tired, the voice murmured again. It wants to rest. Eldan swallowed hard. Forests don't rest, he whispered. They grow. The glow brightened in a patch of moss. He knelt, and there it was, a thread, thin as a strand of spider silk, pulsing faintly gold, buried between the roots. He reached for it. The moment his paw brushed it, the vibration shot up his arm and into his chest. Images flickered, leaves unfurling, rivers running, mountains shattering, seas swirling. 4 realms, 4 songs, woven and unraveling at once. He gasped and pulled his paw back. The vision dissolved. What in Bark's name was that? He whispered. The thread continued to pulse softly, as if alive, waiting. He hesitated, then carefully wound it around a twig and slipped it into his satchel. The air around him lightened slightly, like the forest exhaled after holding its breath too long. Back on the trail, the voice faded, but not completely. Sometimes it was just a hum under his heartbeat. Sometimes it whispered words he didn't understand. By the time he reached the village edge, the sun was nearly gone. He headed straight for the Elder's Hollow, a towering oak whose insides were carved into a spiraling chamber lined with scrolls, roots, and softly glowing amber stones. The Elder, a great silver-feathered owl with spectacles too small for his beak, was already awake. His eyes gleamed like moons. You've heard it, the Elder said. before Eldan could speak. Eldan froze. You mean the whisper? The owl's tone was grim. It has returned. Eldan opened his satchel, pulled out the glowing thread. Here. Eldan handed the thread to the owl. It was laying by the roots. The elder's feathers bristled. By the roots, he breathed, a fragment of the golden thread itself. Golden what now? The owl motioned him closer, lowering his voice. It's the oldest story we have, older than Twigtail, older than even the mountain halls. The thread was what wove the 4 realms together when the world was young. When it frayed, the Whisperer was born, the voice of stillness, the hunger for silence. It cannot destroy life, so it lulls it to sleep instead. Eldan frowned. You mean this isn't just the forest? No. If the thread trembles here, it trembles everywhere. The elder fixed him with piercing eyes. Someone must find where it's unraveling and mend it. Eldan blinked. You can't mean me. I grow ferns, Elder. I don't mend myths. Perhaps, the owl murmured, it chose you because you listen. The hedgehog crossed his arms. Listening is what got me into this mess. Before the elder could reply, a deep, echoing crack shook the floor. Dust rained from the ceiling. What was that? Eldan gasped. The elder spread his wings wide. That, my boy, was the sound of a world breaking. They ran outside.